Hey everybody, it's Blake, aka PoshBossBlake, and you have stumbled upon my YouTube channel. If you want to also follow me on Poshmark or Instagram, you can check me out at PoshBossBlake. I made it one single account so you can find me on all social platforms. Isn't that easy? Isn't that great? So everything will be linked down below. Speaking of links, we are coming to you, we as in me, coming to you with a collaboration video today. Shout out to a grateful queen, aka Quenby, for organizing this whole collab. In total, there's 7 YouTubers slash resellers participating in this, and we're coming at you with videos of why we started reselling. And I think it's always great to hear different perspectives. So I will show all their channel names here. I will link all of their videos to this collaboration down below, so make sure to check them out once you're done watching me. And before we get into why I started reselling, make sure to give that video a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you have not already. Thank you. Why I started reselling. It's really actually not that crazy. Aside from the want to make money, which inherently with reselling, like that's the goal, obviously. I wanted to make money to have an additional income in my life. I do work a full-time job, and Poshmark and eBay and online reselling is part-time for me. And the reason that I wanted some additional income was student loans. Raise your hand. I hate student loans, so give that video a thumbs up if you are working hard, working to pay them bills and pay those student loans off faster than that term. The term. I hate that term. Like 10, 20, 30 years. Ugh. I hate student loans. Oh, but you know, I am being relieved a little bit of this stressor in my life because I do have this income coming from reselling. So it's not an earth-shattering reason why I got into reselling. I'm a single guy living in Hollywood, you know, and I just wanted a little extra income so I wasn't so stressed with my bills ultimately, but particularly for my student loans and to alleviate that pressure. That said, the nature of Poshmark, eBay, and reselling in general is that you can do it at your leisure or when you have time. Maybe it's not leisure time, but when you have a free minute. At this particular moment, towards the end of the year, my full-time job working at a public relations firm is quite busy with some projects that I have going on, and that's got a lot of my focus. And you know, I'm getting up early, getting a start to my day so I can be a better let employee with what's going on, and that really is important to be good in my role. And let me be clear, I really enjoy my job, so I don't have any anticipation to leave. I don't want to be a reseller full-time. And for some of you asking maybe like why you wouldn't want to go full-time, I went to a place called PoshFest, if you haven't heard of that, and that was in October. And when I signed up to go, that was back in May, and I really wanted to see if being full-time is something that I wanted. So from when I signed up in May to PoshFest, my business really grew. The fall season were the best months I've ever had, where in a week I almost made $1,000. Like, it was incredible. My time was more flexible and I was able to dedicate a lot more time to Poshmark and stuff. But after going to PoshFest, I realized that, you know, hearing all these perspectives and how people are doing what they're doing and where they're living in particular, I don't think I want to afford reselling in Los Angeles alone. I know there's some people that do it. I actually believe Lauravonv, part of the collab, I believe she does this. However, for me, it's just it's just not realistic. Where I live and my rent, like I live in the center of Los Angeles. Like, by the way, the Kardashians do not live in LA. They live in Calabasas, which is like literally an hour and a half away with traffic. So anyway, I digress. Reselling full-time is just like a very scary thing for where I live. I know it's very feasible in other parts of the country. However, living in the center of a city in a very expensive place, when you have student loans and costs and healthcare, let's not forget healthcare. I don't know that I could do it. I think my cost of living would truly be too high to be able to resell at a full-time capacity. I don't think I'd ever get a chance to breathe. I don't think I would have enough space in my studio. And I would run into a lot of problems, not to mention my mental health. I'm not being funny, but you can burn out. Burnout is real. Reselling is something that doesn't stop. So you can always do it. There's never an off button. It could be midnight, it could be 2 a.m., it could be 1 p.m. You can always do this. So that's a great thing. That's a really great perk, but it's also a downside if it is your full-time job, because depending on the pressure financially in your life, that might be too much. And for me, I know that I would end up hating. I don't hate many, if anythings, but I would hate doing this because I would feel forced, first of all, and I would feel so much pressure just to be able to maintain my day-to-day lifestyle. Yeah, that's just not something I want to focus on. And that's okay. That's okay. Something that I learned at PoshFest is you can be successful at whatever place that you're comfortable with. So for me, making between $200 to $400 profit a week on Poshmark, I'm comfortable with that. It took me some time to get there, to build up the closet and have enough inventory to constantly like keep it at a, between 1 and 150 items to have a consistent flow. But that works for me and I'm okay with that. And like I said, I'm not gonna push further. I am limited with space. I also want my sanity and to have a little bit of a life. So, pulling back, focusing on priorities for my life, that's really where I am. And to circle it back to why I started, I hope this wasn't too rambly. It's really just to have a little bit of extra income to relieve that financial pressure from my loans. And I'm like at a pretty comfortable place with that right now. So if I wanted to increase my income at this point, I wouldn't be doing it with Poshmark or eBay. I think I would have to make a change to my full-time job, but I don't know. I'm at a really comfortable place right now, so I don't think that needs to happen. For those people that are part-time out there and do this for a little extra income or to alleviate the pressure like myself of student loans or something, people have asked me like, why not get a different job that pays you more? Listen, certain jobs and jobs that people do, like the salaries are the salaries. Like there's not like a crazy change. You don't just start a job and make $100,000. Like, wouldn't that be great? But it's just realizing the opportunity that I have at this job. They really support my work-life balance. They're really supportive of me selling online and being a reseller. I have all my health benefits. I have a good job. It gives me social interaction. It's not just about money. So, my day-to-day is pretty good. And now that my reselling life is kind of all in place and, my financial pressure is alleviated from being able to do this, I'm good. I'm in a really good place. And it's not always a happy day. Like there are days where I do not sell. Recently, I've had to pull a lot back because of work, like I was saying. So my sales are not incredible, but I'm still making profit, and that's great. So don't let others define your success. Very simple words, but don't compare yourself to others. You never know what's going on in someone else's life. And success with reselling, is truly defined by you. If you want to sell one thing a month online and make $1 profit, go do that. But if you also want to make $10,000 online a month, you know what you need to do that. So create your own definition of success and, make sure you're living a happy life and having fun, enjoying what you're doing. Because if you're not having fun, I know it's work and it's not going to be fun all the time and it can be repetitive with reselling, but make sure you're having fun because you're doing it a lot and you don't want to be miserable, right? The goal is not to be miserable. It's to have a good time. So with that said, thank you so much for watching and kind of hearing a little bit about my story and my current, you know, status with my reselling and where I am with that. I will hope to churn out some more YouTube videos in the coming weeks. Like I said, I've just been a little busy. It's Thanksgiving. My mom is coming into town. This video is being filmed on Sunday, the 24th, and I'm about to go pick her up from the airport. Ooh. I haven't seen her since Christmas of 2018. So I miss my mom. Oh, gonna be spending a full week and a half with her and I'm so excited. But then I return from that and I have to go on a work trip and then I'll be back for a couple weeks before heading home for Christmas for a few weeks. So it is a busy, busy end of year and I hope nothing but success for all of you out there as long as you put in the work for it. And, you know, happy, healthy end of year, right? Cheers to our reselling goals and thank you so much. Don't forget, all links below for everyone in this collab video and see you on the next video. Bye.